Let us look at the difference between classicals and Keynesians using all equations, right? So the first is your production function. So whether it is in classical or in Keynesian, this production function, it remains same. That is y is equal to f of nk naught. Here also it is y is equal to f of nk naught. So output depends upon the labor and the fixed capital, and this production function is same in both the models. There is not much difference. So there is not much difference in this as far as this point is concerned. Then you have how do you get the labor demand function? That is also same in both. That is, you will be demanding labor till the point where marginal product of labor is equal to the real wage. So dy by dn equals to w by p in classical model. Dy by dn is equal to w by p in the Keynesian models also. So firms demand labor up to the point where marginal product of labor is equal to real wage. Hmm? Then you have supply for labor. So labor supply is in classical model, it is dependent upon W by P, right? So labor supply depends upon real wage, and wages are fully flexible. Hmm. Depends upon real wage, and wages are fully flexible. Hmm. So classical model assumes that wages are flexible because that is going to ensure that there is going to be full employment, right? So hmm, the classical model's wage flexibility ensures automatic full employment. Ensures automatic full employment. So in case if um, prices are going to change, people will also demand more wages, right? Or if there is, मान लीजिए there is unemployment, right? So wages are going to fall, mm, and firms are going to demand more labor, and unemployment is going to be erased, and full employment is going to be ensured. That is the way. Then you have in Keynesian model, so wages are equal to fixed wage, fixed money wage, and plus the wage which is dependent upon the employment, right? So this means that you will surely have some fixed wage, and then if you want to supply more labor, wages have to increase. So basically this is telling you what, that wn is equal to 0 for n less than equal to nf. So for employment less than equal to full employment of labor, Wn is zero. You are going to employ people at the fixed wage only, right? And W dash n is greater than zero for n greater than nf, right? So in case if employment has to go beyond nf, then definitely wages will have to increase. Then definitely wages will have to increase. Mhm. Right. So, and money wage, it cannot fall below W naught. That is the fixed money wage. Money wage, it cannot fall below W naught. That is also given to you. I mean, this is the meaning of this thing. And fall below W naught. Uh, so this labor supply function, it is dependent upon money wage. And money wages are rigid. So it means rigid means that they are downward inflexible, means you cannot reduce the wage, but there is no problem in case the wages are increased, right? So Keynesian labor supply function depends upon money wage. Which is downward inflexible, which is downward inflexible. So Keynesian wage rigidity in a way is allowing for underemployment equilibrium. Uh, because if money wages are rigid, it means that the firms are forced to give this higher money wage. Although market wants to give you the less wage, but law says no, no, you have to give this money wage only. This much money wage should be given. So market says fine. You want us, you are forced. I mean, market is responding to the law that you are forcing us to give this money wage. Fair enough. We will give this money wage, but we are not going to employ these many people. So Keynesian wage rigidity is going to allow for underemployment equilibrium. So there can be equilibrium even below full employment, which is not possible in case of uh, classicals, because in that case, wages are going to fall if unemployment is going to be there. And then with the lesser wage, people are going to employ more labor then, and employment is going to be restored. Keynesian wage rigidity allows for less than full employment equilibrium. So this is the most important difference, most important. Then you have, as far as money demand is concerned, um, money demand is simple. In case of classicals, money demand is only dependent upon income. So basically, it is only talking about the transactions demand. If if income is going to increase, you will have to make, because you're going to buy more goods and services, you need to make more transactions. And hence the demand for money is also going to increase. But when you talk about Keynesians, so their money demand is not just transactions demand, that is also speculative demand. So that is also one difference. So it adds speculative demand. Hmm. Uh, so hmm, it adds speculative demand. Hmm. Classical saving function is dependent upon interest rate, right? Higher interest rate means higher savings. So if banks are going to offer you higher interest rate, you will save more, you will deposit more there. Higher interest rate means higher savings. Now, Keynesian savings function is dependent upon SY, your income. So savings dependent upon income. Higher income means more savings. You have more income, you will save more. So this is also one of the difference. Higher income means more savings, right? So changing the saving function is going to change how the interest rates are going to determine, but it is not going to change how employment and hence output is going to be determined. So maybe it is a difference, but is that a very important difference? That we can't say, right? Investment in both the cases is dependent upon interest rate. Hmm, right? No difference. So higher rate of interest is going to, this would mean that borrowing costs are higher, investment is going to be lesser, right? And equilibrium condition. So the main macro equilibrium condition comes out to be S equals to I. That is going to be same in both of them. You with me? Right. So this is there. Mhm. So the out of all of this, the most important difference is the way labor supply function is being drawn. Right. So I hope it was useful to you. Thank you, Vita.